The independent Nick Xenophon has failed again to gain the numbers to set up a Senate inquiry into the Church of Scientology. The senator says he'll push for a third time when Parliament resumes in May. The government says an inquiry isn't an appropriate forum to investigate claims of criminality and coerced abortions, but it wants to talk with the senator about how the claims can be examined. And the opposition's urged the Fair Work Ombudsman to open an investigation into the church's employment practices. From Canberra, Sabra Lane reports.
Until today, publicly at least, Senator Xenophon's call for an inquiry into the Church of Scientology has been backed only by the Greens. Today, as Defence Force personnel rehearsed their welcome for the US President out the front of Parliament, former members of the church gathered to support Nick Xenophon's stance. And interestingly, two coalition senators and Labor MP Jodie Campbell came out of Parliament to talk with them.
You know, I'm really proud of these wonderful people for coming out and telling their story. They've had a really, really rough time, and I think they are the courageous ones for being here this morning.
National Senator Barnaby Joyce and his colleague Nigel Scullion.
I mean, if someone's making your life difficult, that's not a crime. It's if they're actually coercing you, doing things that are illegal. That's the issue.
Certainly, their stories have had a significant impact on me, and anybody who listens to their stories would have equal concerns.
Will you be voting for it today?
No, I won't be voting for it today.
The senator said there was no point in voting for it as he knew there wouldn't be majority support, and Senator Xenophon understood his push was doomed.
It won't happen this time, but I believe it will happen eventually.
A short time later, inside the Senate chamber, the senator said he wouldn't let this issue go.
This is not about religious belief. This is not about belief systems. This is about behaviour. There is a fundamental difference. These are Australians who have been treated horrendously, without recourse to justice, without recourse even to tell their stories. The time has come for them to tell their stories safely, and we as legislators to look at some fundamental reforms so that people can be treated decently. If this vote goes down, I'll be talking about it again in the very next sitting week after the break. This issue won't go away.
The senator has repeatedly raised allegations in Parliament of criminality, embezzlement, coerced abortions and underpayment of church workers.
The government won't be supporting this particular proposal by Senator Xenophon.
The government's leader in the Senate, Chris Evans.
I don't think this is the answer. I'm certainly on a personal level prepared to engage in how we might have a better answer, because the issue of the exclusive brethren troubled me. This troubles me. Senator
Evans says he thinks the claims should be examined in some other way.
I am personally open to trying to assist Senator Xenophon find a way through on this. I think we have dealt with over the years in Australia real difficulties in tackling activities of sects or religion that perhaps have too much control over their members or are closed organisations. The claims about the exclusive brethren weren't the first. The Church of Scientology won't be the last. There have been a range of sects over the year where there's been concerns about the way they've related to their members and the way they've operated. I think that is of public concern, and I think we do need to work out how we deal with those more properly.
The opposition's deputy leader in the Senate, Erica Betts.
We will not be supporting the motion for somebody who is, I suppose, about as anti-abortion as one can be. For me, this is a very painful and concerning topic, because I don't like abortions full stop, let alone coercive ones.
The Senator's met a number of former church members and believes there are already appropriate bodies to investigate their claims. And pointedly today, he asked for an investigation into the church's workplace practices.
We do have a Fair Work Ombudsman in this country who has the power, on the basis of a complaint, to examine. Indeed, of his own volition, the Ombudsman could undertake an examination. And I make that public call today for the Fair Work Ombudsman to follow up, and I'll also give him notice that at Senate estimates in May, I'll be asking the Fair Work Ombudsman as to what he has done in relation to this matter.
The inquiry motion was defeated.
The result of the division is 6 ayes and 33 noes.
But Senator Xenophon says it's not over.
I think that the language of the government has changed in relation to this, and I undertake here and now to engage with Senator Evans
and other members of the government to see if there is a way forward so that these legitimate grievances can be dealt with, so that people have a voice, people can actually get some justice.
The independent Nick Xenophon ending that report by Sabra Lane.